Hello and welcome to Southern Oregon Songwriter Circle, live here at RVTV Voices on April 1st, 2016. I'm your host, Charles Douglas. Believe it or not, no fooling. I know you might not recognize me. But tonight, you will recognize some of the premier musicians here in the Rogue Valley who've graced us with our presence here in the RVTV studios at the Southern Oregon Digital Media Center. And first, of course, I got to thank our volunteer crew, all these great folks from across campus, across the community, across Southern Oregon, who are giving of their time to give you this live, local, original music here in the Rogue Valley and sharing it with the whole wide world. Don't forget, you can find out more about all the musicians on our series on our Facebook page, and that's at facebook.com/South Oregon. Facebook.com/South Oregon. Go ahead and check us out, give us a like, and share the musicians you want to hear more of, and let us know what you want to hear more of, and we'll try to get them on the show. We're actually on RVTV Voices the first Friday of April, May, and June throughout the spring quarter, and you know we've got some great folks coming on the stage here. And first up, I want to invite up on the stage Kimber Parris. Kimber Parris, go ahead and come on up here. Really, welcome to the show. I'm so thankful that you're able to join us tonight.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
So Kimber, before you get strumming there, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your musical experience here in Southern Oregon.
Okay. Yeah, I came out here, Southern girl from North Carolina, South Carolina, and was playing on the streets and got picked up by a bunch of guys who wanted to start a psychedelic rock and roll band, and so that's what I did for the last 2 years, and now I'm doing more of an electronic duo and playing folk guitar and just whatever comes my way, really, and still kind of moving towards that psychedelia. So it's been a pretty rock and roll experience down here in Southern Oregon.
Got you, right on. So I understand that band was known as Twice Born Gypsies, is that correct?
Yeah, the Twice Born Gypsy Band, and we're all Twice Born Gypsies, and actually, one of our guests tonight is an honorary gypsy, Nick Johnson. But
is that right?
Yeah, totally.
Well, he mentioned that during our little sound check. We'll bring on Nick a little later. But
yeah.
Let's go ahead and throw up Twice Born Gypsies on the screen. I understand you're going to share a couple of songs tonight that you wrote that also the band performed. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have some online recordings of multiple different musicians backing me up for these couple of songs that I wrote. And we've done everything from music festivals to, Northwest Pizza, all these local places in Ashland, and it's been just really wild and crazy and fun, and I'm super lucky to be down in Southern Oregon, all the way 3,000 miles away.
So what are some of the musicians in your life that have influenced your songwriting in particular?
I would say Ani DeFranco definitely has influenced me with my folk kind of music, and then anywhere from Queen with my opera kind of rock and roll that I do to, Bob Dylan. I mean, there's just so many, but mostly, out of the 60s and 70s, I've really been influenced, and a lot of people say, like, Jefferson Airplane, they hear a lot of that in my music, so Grace Slick is a beautiful person, so I'm sure that's a part of it, too.
Right on. Aside from the actual influences on your songwriting in particular, what are some of the things you just kind of enjoy listening to kind of in your spare time? Just to.
Well, I usually listen to Radiohead a lot, and Man Man, which is like an underground kind of like Hungarian rock and roll piece. And then I've been doing a lot of like experimenting with electronic music, Aphex Twin and Tobacco, which is a very psychedelic electronic musician, Black Moth Super Rainbow, just a lot of cool electronic stuff. It's like the future, let's say, just kind of experimenting with the dichotomy between the past and the future. So, yeah.
A lot of folks would say South Carolina and South Oregon, those sound like pretty different places.
Yeah.
I'm sure our election results in the primaries here.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
But would you say there are some similarities in your experience as far as just kind of that rural feeling, that feeling of really being connected to the land and not so much about the big city?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very beautiful, small population in South Carolina. Allergies and everything go hand in hand with both places. And North Carolina is a lot like Southern Oregon for sure, and that's where I was born. But it's hometown folk, and the hospitality is just incredible in both places. Luckily, out here, people were more liberal and open-minded, and that's kind of what drew me out here in the first place. So, yeah.
Right on. So, what song would you like to share with us tonight?
This song is called "Water from the Well," and it's one of the very first songs that I wrote. And I think it's gonna go great for the show.
All right.
Yeah.
Give it up. This is Kimber Parris live on Southern Oregon Songwriters Circle.
When the day has come and the future can't be won, get out, enjoy the sun. No, today is all that can be done. When this choice is to be made, know that there's no mistakes, only what you give and take. So love the life that you create. And if there ain't no heaven and there ain't no hell, and these are the finest things you could tell, my advice to you is drink water from the well. Water from the well. Water from the well. And if it gets too dark and damp, take a minute, come see me. We'll find a path through this and if there ain't no heaven and there ain't no hell, and these are the finest things you could tell. My advice to you is drink water from the well. Water from the well. Water from the well.
drawing deep from the well. Kimber Parris, live here on Southern Oregon Songwriter Circle. Kimber, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was super. If you're watching live, we will have a follow-up live episode very shortly featuring all three musicians you're going to see on part one tonight. Again, if you want to see more of the fabulous local songwriters here on Southern Oregon Songwriter Circle, check us out, facebook.com/South Oregon. We've also got a YouTube channel as well. You can check out all of our episodes in full sparkling 1080p HD. Look us up on YouTube, Southern Oregon Songwriters Circle. Again, we're here live on RVTV Voices on April 1st, 2016. No fooling. And definitely no fool coming on stage right now. It's our next musician, Eli Morland. Eli, welcome to the stage.
How's it going, Charles?
Doing all right, man. I don't know if that camera operator's ready for you. You're getting pretty tall there, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting down.
All
got
right.
Got you guys covered there.
Come on up, Eli. Thank you for joining us tonight. Eli, how long you been here in the Rogue Valley?
Off and on since I was about 16 years old. I was born in California. I moved back here from a couple years in Maui last May. And yeah, I've been in Ashland ever since.
Well, Maui, that must have been the tough life.
It was nice, good and bad, beautiful place. But, you know, I miss my home.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So what's been kind of inspiring you lately musically?
Well, music-wise, I've always been inspired by Bob Dylan, as she said. Good choice. Neil Young, I love his lyrics. I love his voice. I know it's unpopular for some people, but Neil Young. I like classic rock, you know. The Beatles were an inspiration from a very young age. And, yeah.
And I understand you got a SoundCloud. You can share some original tracks with folks on as well.
I do. It's Eli Morland /SoundCloud. Yeah.
All right, soundcloud.com/Eli Morland. There's a dash in there somewhere, I think, right?
Yeah, maybe. That sounds right. I'm on there. Yeah.
I know I've seen it recently.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from the stuff that's kind of guided you, what do you like to listen to for fun?
Well, right now, I'm really into Kendrick Lamar, who's a modern hip-hop artist. Definitely not the kind of music I play at all, but he's incredibly talented, great lyricist, good beats, you know, thought-provoking, socially conscious kind of music that I appreciate.
And I mean, what would you say is like keeping you drawn here? You say you've been here since 16, but I mean, of course, you know, you got the whole world to choose from. What keeps you rooted here in Southern Oregon?
The nature, the people, the vibes, the West Coast, best coast, as they say. I don't know. Yeah, good memories here, and I like hiking, fishing, all that cool stuff. Lots of wide open spaces. Yeah, same reason most people live here, I'm sure. Yeah.
And your songs definitely touch on themes of kind of love and loss. To what extent has kind of heartbreak been your inspiration?
Heartbreak is my inspiration. That's the only inspiration. I mean, this song I'm about to play, I wrote right when I got back from Maui, and at the time I thought it was a huge mistake leaving Maui and coming back here. And I was really torn up about it, and I was going through kind of a rough patch. And no regrets now, though. Everything's kind of worked out. But yeah, heartbreak is crucial for writing music, I think, personally.
Right on. So get ready to break some hearts. So what track are you going to play for him tonight?
This is Trans-Pacific Breeze, is what this is called.
All right.
Ready?
Go up.
Trans-Pacific breeze on your face. Take a long walk together and talk. Try and make some sense of it. Tell a cohesive narrative. Going back again, back on where you used to live, and sense the emptiness. I've done better things irritated eyes and small smiles speak to no one in particular as you wait for nothing, really nothing at all. Nothing at all. When you begin 20 times, are you still beginning at the end of your little life? Will you be forgiven? Oh Lord, forgive me. Going back again, back on where you can fit in. You were here 1,000 years ago. This flat circle brings us back. Back and back.
It's a Trans-Pacific breeze blowing our way from Eli Morland live here on Southern Oregon Songwriters Circle. Eli, thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. Again, you're watching live here on April 1st, 2016 on RVTV Voices, and we're coming at you, well, gosh, first Friday of every month here in Spring Quarter here on RVTV. I want to thank our whole crew here at Rogue Valley Community Television. Again, a bunch of volunteers, a bunch of people giving freely of their time to bring you live local music from Southern Oregon to the whole wide world. RVTV, of course, are streaming at rvtv.sou.edu in brilliant, bold HD since the beginning of this year. And a lot of really great community members worked real hard to make that possible as well. Right now, I want to welcome to our stage, well, I can't quite say our stage because he's not here corporeally, but he is here in spirit. If we've got all our technology cranked up and ready to go, I think we got Nick Boots Johnson out there. Hey, Nick, are you with me?
I'm with you. Are you with me, Charles?
I'm with you always, man. Nick Boots Johnson, he is live from Denver, Colorado at this very moment. Nick, so glad to see you, man.
So happy to see the picture of your face on Skype.
Well, that's what it's all about, my pretty face on a Skype window. So yeah, Nick can't see us because we're giving all the bandwidth up to him. Nick, I know we're Southern Oregon Songwriters Circle, but we're not breaking our rules just yet. Nick is definitely a Southern Oregon songwriter, a graduate of Southern Oregon University, and a band leader and band member and songwriter in his own right of many local performing acts, including Boots and the Cobblers, somewhat named after him, although some folks in the control room might disagree, as well as Father Doug, where he played drums and kind of wailed away. So Nick, what brings you to the show tonight?
Well, I gotta say, first of all, I think it's great what you guys are doing. I wish the show was there when I was there, because it's just amazing that you can highlight the local talent that comes from not only Ashland, but all over the world. Because there's a lot of good music coming out of Ashland, and people need to start respecting that and understanding that. So you're doing a good thing here.
Well, Nick, you're doing the good thing by giving up your time to be here tonight. Nick,
I got nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Well, I know you already won your primary out there. I know you were out there campaigning for a certain candidate who won a certain primary that I'll neglect to mention on air.
Oh, of course.
You
Right.
can mention whatever you want, though. I just won't flag for him.
A little birdie told me. That's all I'll say about that.
That's
Little
right.
birdie.
Yeah, inspired by nature. So yeah, Nick is out there pursuing his post-secondary or postgraduate education. You're getting your grad degree after SOU. Going to become a master's of education, isn't that right?
I'm going to become the master of education.
The
Yes.
master.
Yes.
So Nick, I know that you had a lot of great experiences in local bands. How did that kind of foster your development independently as a songwriter in your own right?
You know, the good thing about playing in many groups, Charles, is that it opens you up to lots of other things that you normally wouldn't have listened to or other ways of writing songs which you wouldn't have considered. Like being in a band with Jesse and Hoover, and I guess Kevin too, in Boots and the Cobblers, showed me lots of good ways to write songs and think about music. And being in Father Doug with Sarah and Brenton and everyone else, you know, Garrett and Andy, was just a really, it helps you think about how you want to write music and different ways to present yourself. So it's always good.
Showed you what to do and maybe showed you what not to do too.
You figure it out. You figure it out. But, you know, it's collaboration is one of my favorite things, and it doesn't come easy. But if you work on it, you're going to find something good.
So some of the folks, you just kind of threw some names out there that are familiar to our little circle, but some of those folks like Brendan are now just rocking the house, tearing the damn roof off last night at Club 66, actually, Slow
Yeah.
Corpse. We definitely hope to get some of those folks in the studio here.
And
real soon
may
as well.
I just say that I am a fan of that band.
Well, go ahead and drink up for us. We're here on school property, so we got to refrain until closing time here. If I see you out there here live in Ashland, you can join us at Omar's after the show here, of course.
Yeah, I'll Skype in for that too. That'd be good. Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, we'll do FaceTime for that. It's easier on the phone, right?
There you go. There you go.
So Nick, what are you doing musically post Boots and the Cobblers, post Father Doug, independently while you're out there having your adventure in Colorado?
Well, last year in Bellingham, Washington, I was in a band with my brother Ryder called the New Psychedelics, which was a lot of fun. But here I'm mostly just working on writing and recording. I just got this keyboard, so it's nice to have that again. I'm trying to write stuff that would be good for a full album. I was lucky enough to be in LA 2 weeks ago on spring break, and my good buddy Nick Krinko recorded some tracks with me, and I'm very excited for those to come out, so keep your eyes out for that. But I'm just, working on writing out here. I'm done with school in August. I'm not sure what the next move is, but I want to go somewhere where I can get a band going. But this has been a good reflective period for me to figure out why I came here and why I want to be a musician. I've had an aha moment, so that's been good.
So Boots, what song do you want to share with us tonight?
I'm going to play for you Kingdom and Kings.
All right.
Kingdom and Kings, yeah.
Kingdom and Kings from Nick Boots Johnson, live from Denver, but from Southern Oregon at the heart, right here on Southern Oregon Songwriters Circle. Nick, take it away.
I'd like to also dedicate this song to my brother Ryder Johnson, who won Battle of the Bands last night in Bellingham with his band Freddie Empire. Mwah, I love you, bro. Okay. Miss my baby, the world's driving me crazy. I can't go on if I can't be lazy. Forgot the answer, what was the question? Sometimes I feel like my life's an election, but I never voted, someone's pulling strings. I can hear them in my thoughts and in my words and everything I sing. 'Cause I was supposed to bring the kingdom to the king, the maid unto the ring, like a bird on the wing. If I could just make my brother sing, we could share in all the love we'd bring. I wouldn't need a thing, I wouldn't need a thing. No, no, no. Say there, mama, when you're coming over, this tired soldier could really use a shoulder. Skin is better, much better than air. I would show you that I loved you if you showed me that you really care. It's getting darker, 4:15. I'm just waiting for my sweet baby to be heading in the door. Dark and darker, 4:05. Good God Almighty, is my baby still alive? Then she walks in the room. I start to hear a tune. It takes me back to June. It takes me to the moon. And when she finally blooms, I put her right in my tune. That's right, I pick her. That's right, I pick her and I put her right there in my tune. Right in my tune. Right in my tune. Right in my tune. You're always about the doom and gloom. Take all your lonely days, your throwaways, drown them all, hide them all so they can bother you, swallow you, tie you down, control you so you can't run away. Run away if you can run away. Run away, then life be wonderful. Wonderful, life would be wonderful. Wonderful, life would be wonderful. Life wouldn't be wonderful. Wonderful, life would be wonderful. Wonderful, life would be wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Well, not a whole lot of doom and gloom in that track. That was Nick Boots Johnson live from Denver, Colorado, here in Southern Oregon Songwriter Circle. Nick, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Charles. Love you.
Well, if you're watching live here on April 1st, no fooling, Nick's going to be right back after our station break, 5 short minutes away. But I got to thank the crew and, the whole kit and caboodle here at RVTV. We had Ron Huffstutter holding it down as director in the booth, along with Jesse Eells-Adams as technical director, Michael Hoover, our producer, as well as getting the audio going, Alex McGlasson on graphics, Jim Falkenstein doing the Roman cam, along with camera operators Dale Grimes, Grant Chisholm, Matt Folino, Wanda Borland as PA, and our wonderful musicians tonight, Nick Boots Johnson, Kimber Parris, and Eli Morland. Tune in just 5 minutes for more Southern Oregon Songwriter Circle. Don't want to forget to thank Eli Anderson-Justis over there in the master control as well. Take care, everybody. See you soon.